Hi, in today's working session, I want to look at the patient portal app I'm working on. And specifically, there's one view that I have that has a list. It's a medical card. It has a list of fields, of medical fields, first name, last name, and many more, about 60 fields or so. And after selecting any of these, I would like to display details of it. So there will be a question, there will be a arrow back, an input, some additional items, and then there will be a save button. Some of those pop-ups have also lists. So there's more to it, essentially. So I think I'm going to fix that save button down on the bottom of that panel, and that panel will then become this one place where all the details about each of these data points is about. Now on mobile, it's important that it works on mobile as well. So on mobile, we would swap the position of these buttons. So this button would be on top, and then the arrow would be on top. Then below would come the question and all the items or all the lists, anything that has to be selected then. So I think that's probably it. So here's the plan. That's at least the plan. Here we have the app, and let's open it. Let's start this. So let's go to the profile. That's the medical profile. So let's go here. And now this is the app. This is the state that I have it on right now. So there's nothing else here. This is just functional. This doesn't select anything because this is not a real list. So this is what I would like to work on. And I had a couple of different layout ideas, but what I would like to do today is to show you how I'm working with it. So here we have a submenu, here we have the content, and in the content we have me and others, and then we have the questions and the question. That's the current. So questions would be all these questions. These would be also as separate stories right now. They are just mocked in here, but they would be as separate stories. And then there would be one question that is correlated with each of these items. And these questions are different. They have different layout. They have different data points, checkboxes, and all that kind of stuff. I have also like an invisible little input here that we may need to make visible. So okay, so we have it here. This is what we're looking at here. So if I think I'm gonna start by doing background color. Maybe we do it RGBA. I don't know if that should be like raised from the surface, or it should be just opaque. I don't know how to say. Let me just grab these guys, the border radiuses. So here we have this thing. Now I don't know if I can see anything going on here. So let's see what's going on here. Nothing. It's interesting. So maybe let's just go with something there. Background color. Oh yeah, okay, alright, so it just wasn't visible. Alright, sounds good. So we probably want to do something like 16, I would say, because it will be a bigger panel. So we probably want to give it a bigger radius. So let's give it that bigger radius. Now, the reason why we picked this working session, to record this working session, is because now we will have a fun trip with Flex. Right now, as you can see, this panel is, so this vertical is 600, and this is the one. Let me give it a background color, just so you can see which one is which. And we can see now, yeah, so that that's the content of this whole space, which really, when we look at that as it resizes, yeah, I think that's probably the smallest. So 600 is probably okay for that space. Now, this is the space that we actually want to put the background color on, right? Because the other space should be a little bit dead. So let's do it that way. And now this one will have it. Now here, I don't know if we need we do need the paddings, because as we resize things, we need to have them. Okay, now this is our input. This input looks weird now. Okay, so we need to have a little bit of padding here. And we have 16, so let's use the 16 here. Now we have padding top over here, which is probably fine as well. And what we want to do is also grab these paddings and put them here, because this card, well, the inside, the card itself will need some padding. So yeah, okay, now that's better. And then we probably need also go padding bottom. And then I guess these could probably take 32, or I was using, yeah, let's leave it at that for now. But I was also using, so this padding would have to be bigger as well. Padding right here, it would be probably better if it would be 32, I guess. Oh, but is that the one? Oh, sorry, that's the padding. No. So that's the padding of which space? Of that space. Oh, yeah, now it worked. Okay, I don't know why. Oh yeah, yes, because that's the width, the fixed height, the fixed width on it. Yeah, that's okay. That's what we want. Okay, sounds good. So yeah, so now when we're going to be in this type of view, we're going to see something like that. And obviously the input needs to have some margin. Let's give it margin top, and we're going to restyle it in a second. I think it has a width as well, so we can give it a width of 100%. A width 100%. I think I should take it. Yeah, okay, so now we have this input here. So say this is, you are on the first name, this is what you see, this is your panel, and this is why I think that in the internal padding of the panel should be probably something more like 50, I would say. So as you can see, there's this is the flex container, so the container of this. Let me just quickly just do a recap here, what's going on. So, because now we're going to just go into the styling properties and I'm going to disappear for another hour. So here we have this. So here we have, this is the container, there's a floating element inside, and that floating element is going to respond to the width of the browser up until it's just gonna do this. Now on mobile, so if we go to a mobile query, this is something that we need to work on next, because right now it's doing this, which is not the right thing to do. So these guys will have to go back and forth here. Okay, so what else? We could also give it a shadow and see how it's going to look with the shadow. And I guess I'm gonna probably leave it on that, because then there are a couple of elements. Oh yeah, position fix of the button. That's what we're going to do as well. So here, if we're going to give it a shadow, we can just see it how it looks like. So all the shadow properties, obviously too strong. So let's just pull it down a little bit, maybe like this. Yeah, okay, something like that. Is that cool? I don't know. So something very, very small, very gentle. Okay, so let's just add something here. So we could go just button. Let's save that and let's see. That should show some button. There you go. So we have a button here. Now we can give it a text. We could give it save. Oops, save. Okay, so that's fine. Now we probably don't need that big of a button, I would assume. We can just have it down on the bottom of it. So to do that, instead of adding position absolute props and passing it down to this button, we can just wrap it into a position absolute bottom 0 and then right 0. And we can wrap this button into that vertical. That's what we should be using here. I just introduced a wrapper and wrap this content. This will be done differently, but it's just for the mock, for the visual mock. So right now what we need to do is to get this button moved a little bit, because and I don't know if that button is actually the button that we should be using. Maybe that's the one, I don't know. Just when it's, I think yeah, well, we definitely need to move it. So here we will have more. Let's see how we do it here. We also have these inputs as they are on white, and that's why they are more visible. So okay, so let's go in. Where is it here? So I think this could be white actually. So this is that. Sorry, this is not that color. That color. So let's go to white, and let's see how it's going to look with white. Yeah. Okay. Well, now that input is visible. Obviously, there might be some sort of placeholder here, but say we're going to do this, and then this whole space, it needs the min height. We're going to do min height maybe 300, I'm thinking. I don't know how big that will make it. Yeah, okay, so that's good. So if that's a min height, there's a space for the question, and the button will have some space here on the bottom, so we could do 32, 32. And then let's see what the button has. I think the button might have the height. For now, let's use this button, but I'm thinking that maybe we should be changing it to a different button. So here, what do we have? Width. Okay, so we have width, so we could specify the width of this. Oh, so this is 32. Oh, sorry, this is 50. I give it 50 there. Let me see. Yes, 50. Okay, so let's go with 50 then. 50, and let's give it a width of maybe 100. I don't know if 100 will be too big. Yeah, that's probably a little bit nicer. So it's a better clicking target as well.